How big is your QA team? So we have an internal QA team and we also have an external QA team. I actually don't know the size of the external one. I don't know the technical, like I think the internal one is like 3 people. I could be wrong about that. But most of the QA is handled externally. And then we sort of manage between external and us, and I mean we test the game too. So yeah. Are you hiring testers? Not at the moment, no. We don't really see, like, if anything, we want QA managers. That's what we hired in the past. We don't really have like people who are just like testers. We're not that big. Yeah, you are the testers. Not really though. Like it's well partly true, but it's very different being a tester compared to like just playing the game. Because testers do a lot more stuff that you guys aren't doing when you're just playing the game. You can't like really ask people playing the game for the same stuff that you ask for testers for. When people don't understand that you could have 1,000 QA testers and it still wouldn't be as much as regular players go through in a day. Yeah, that's the... I always like to do this example on my streams. God, it's been a while since I streamed. Just realized. So, just as a like thought experiment, right? How like impossible it is to compare. I often see people being like, "How could you not have found this issue or whatever?" So like, imagine you have a QA team or like testing team. Now I'm talking testing because QA team can be a lot of different things. But imagine you have like 4, let's say you have 8 testers on your team, right? They do nothing but play test. They do nothing but discover issues, okay? That's the difference here between like testers and players really. Is like players discover issues, but testers do so much more. They also like discover the reasoning behind the issue. Which is a lot harder for players because you don't know how the game functions internally, but also you guys don't have the patience to do that. So imagine you have 8 testers that do that. They do nothing but test. They spend 8 hours a day doing no administrative tasks at all. They just test, okay? They test and report, okay? So we got 40 hours per person times 8. So that's 320 hours in a week. Say that we have testers for, let's say we test the game for, I don't know, 4 months. So, okay. So, let's say you have testers for 4 months. So, there's roughly 4.3 weeks in a month, right? So, 320 times 4.3. That amounts to 1,376 hours. So that's 8 people doing nothing but testing every single day for 4 months straight. They amount to 1,376 hours. Correct me if I'm doing the math wrong here, anyone, but pretty sure. So they amount to that many hours. Okay. Let's now assume that we just released Satisfactory on experimental. On the regular, on a weekend. Like on launch, I can't remember what numbers we usually get, but let's say we have like 20,000 people playing on the release of the weekend, right? So 20,000 people playing non-stop for 48 hours. That is 960,000 hours in one weekend compared to 4 months of dedicated testing, you know? It's not comparable at all. Like, it's such a huge difference. So like, when it comes to like testing, like testing is always a losing battle for developers, in comparison to like releasing the game. And these are our numbers, because I may be a little bit underzealous actually, because I think it's a lot more than 20K in a weekend when we release updates. I think it's a lot more. I think it's like twice maybe. So yeah, and you want to pay, if you're gonna pay people to do the same amount of testing, like that's more than the budget for the entire production for one weekend. So yeah. All-time peak says 32, but that's only Steam, right? We also have Epic on top of that. And Epic is, I don't know if we ever talked about that. I don't think there's a way to get the concurrent numbers from Epic. I don't even know we know, but I know it's a lot more than just Steam.